Greetings, Pokey fans! Michael here, and I love Pokemon, obviously, but I also love superheroes. I have seen every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, and, well, a couple of the DC ones. And since Pokemon and superheroes are probably the two things that I'm the biggest fanboy of, I thought it would be fun to combine the two of them together by coming up with several Pokemon teams for many famous superheroes out there. But like the Avengers, PokeTubers are stronger together. So I will be joined today by fellow PokeTuber and superhero expert, TrueGreen7.
Hey guys, Ron here, and in this video we're going to be covering multiple famous superheroes from DC and Marvel, plus a couple others. Keep in mind there's far too many superheroes out there to cover all of them, so if one of your favorites wasn't mentioned,
suck it up!
Correct, I guess, and we should also clarify that the teams for these heroes are decided based on how they logically relate to the heroes themselves, not the ones they would likely choose if they lived in the Pokemon world. Also, since we wanted to focus on the heroes, none of the Pokemon we chose will have anything to do with the particular hero's villains.
Also, I should tell you that this video is half of a collaboration, with Ron and I going over Pokemon teams for real-world celebrities over on his channel, so be sure to check that out after this video if you haven't already. But enough intro stuff, let's dive in and starting with the DC universe and probably the most famous superhero of all time, Superman.
Superman's team would be Behem, Deoxys, Clefairy, Mega Mewtwo X, Solrock, and Tropius. Behem, Deoxys, and Clefairy are here because he's an alien from space. Mega Mewtwo X because he's so incredibly powerful and can hit hard from up close and long range. Solrock because he gets his powers from the sun, and Tropius because he gets his powers from the sun and can fly. Pretty clever, huh?
Next we have Batman, whose team would be Crobat, Gliscor, Noivern, Meowth, Marshadow, and Cubone. The first three are there because they're all bats, for the most part. Meowth because Bruce Wayne is rich, Marshadow because Batman likes to attack from the shadows, and Cubone because his parents are dead. Ha ha!
Wonder Woman's team would be Nidoqueen, Tsarina, Kommo-o, Azelf, Tangela, and Latias. Nidoqueen and Tsarina because they are powerful feminine Pokemon, Kommo-o because it's a shielded warrior that lives on an island, Azelf because it's the willpower Pokemon, and if you saw the Wonder Woman movie, you know that no one can stop her. Slay girl! And Tangela because of her Lasso of Truth, and Latias because she flies an invisible jet, which is what Latias is.
Next up is Aquaman, whose team would be every water-type Pokemon that has ever existed. But Empoleon is his favorite because it's got a trident head and it's a king, emperor, whatever.
The Flash's team would be Deoxys Speed Form, Excelgor, Ninjask, Electrode, Celebi, and Zeraora. The first four are due to his super speed plus electricity for Electrode, Celebi is due to his time-traveling shenanigans, and Zeraora because it's a fast Pokemon with electric powers and lightning patterns on its body.
The Green Arrow's team would be Decidueye, because it's really not necessary to give him anything else.
Meanwhile, the other lovely green hero, the Green Lantern, would have Lantern, Lampent, Reuniclus, Wimpod, Conkeldurr, and Latios. Lantern and Lampent because of the lantern, Reuniclus because it's suspended in green animation and shapeshifts like the objects that Green Lantern creates, Wimpod because fear is a Green Lantern Corps member's greatest weakness, Conkeldurr because John Stewart was an architect and skilled at building, and Latios because Hal Jordan was a fighter pilot.
That concludes DC, but before we move on to Marvel, Ron and I wanted to include another pair of superheroes from one of our favorite shows, My Hero Academia.
Plus Ultra!
Yes, but we're not giving them Plusle. We are giving one Pokemon team to Deku and All Might since they share the exact same powers and it doesn't make sense to give them two separate teams. That team would be Zygarde, Hitmonlee, Mega Kangaskhan, Braviary, Eevee, and Buzzwole.
Zygarde because of All Might's changing forms and the discussion of them using 100% of their power. Hitmonlee since Deku started using his legs more in combat with his shoot style. Mega Kangaskhan due to the teacher and student fighting together. Braviary due to the American attacks they use like Detroit Smash. Eevee because of its Z-move Extreme Evo Boost where it summons the help of other forms. And Buzzwole since All Might flexes just like it.
Now for Marvel, starting off with Iron Man. Iron Man's team would be Genesect, Scizor, Rotom, Metagross, Bisharp, Skarmory, Celesteela, Magearna, and Golurk? Okay, we listed too many. There's a lot of steel types, and flying types, and robot types. I guess since he's rich, he gets to have more than 6.
Captain America's team would be Braviary, Shieldon, Aegislash, Starmie, Celebi, and Alolan Sandslash. Braviary because obviously America, Shieldon because of the shield and that he's from an older time, Aegislash because of the shield again, Starmie because of the star imagery, Celebi because he traveled through time, and Alolan Sandslash because of his metal shield and because
when Captain America threw his mighty shield.
As I was saying, because
all those who would choose to oppose his shield must yield.
Yes, but also because
unless you're a plane or a bomb or some ice, they don't take a nap because the ice seems nice.
Because he was frozen in ice.
Yeah, I just said that. But anyways, next up is SpiderMan, whose team would be Shiny Spinarak, Araquanid, Galvantula, Leavanny, Machop, and Sceptile. The first three are due to them being spiders, with Spinarak being shiny due to the matching color scheme, sort of. Leavanny because its threads are a lot like Spider-Man's web slinging, Machop due to him being surprisingly strong for his size, and Sceptile because of wall crawling. And also because Spider-Man and Sceptile are my favorites.
Next is Thor, whose team would be Zebstrika, Raikou, Thundurus, Buzzwole, Haxorus, and Xerneas. Zebstrika because of his thunder powers and the fact that he rides on horses.
I need a horse!
Raikou because it's the thunder god basically. Thundurus since they're both buff men with thunder powers. Buzzwole since movie Thor and Buzzwole are both cocky buff guys. Haxorus due to the axe used in Infinity War, Stormbreaker. And Xerneas because it's based on Norse mythology.
Next up is the Incredible Hulk, whose team would be Zygarde, Primeape, Shiny Machamp, Darmanitan, Tornadus, and Lycanroc. Primeape due to its anger, Zygarde because of it changing size and forms and the fact that it is green, Darmanitan because of it changing forms between being chill and intense, Shiny Machamp because it's a buff green man, Tornadus because it's a buff green man, and Lycanroc due to it getting intense and angry.
For Black Panther, his team would be Liepard, Luxray, Necrozma, Shiny Gigalith, Rhyhorn, and Pyroar. Liepard because Black Panthers are often leopards, Luxray because it's another black cat, Necrozma because it fell to earth like Vibranium, and Shiny Gigalith because it also looks like Vibranium. Rhyhorn because the Wakandans domesticated rhinos, and Pyroar because T'Challa is the king. Like how Pyroar is the king of the jungle, or I don't know, Kalos.
Wolverine's team would be Typhlosion, Ursaring, Reuniclus, Weavile, Alolan Sandslash, and Excadrill. Typhlosion because Typhlosion's pretty much a Wolverine, Ursaring because Wolverine is basically just an Ursaring in human form, Reuniclus due to the healing powers, and Weavile, Alolan Sandslash, and Excadrill due to his large claws. Specifically metal claws in the case of Alolan Sandslash and Excadrill.
Black Widow's team would be Pheromosa, Mienshao, Pirouette Meloetta, Greninja, Gardevoir, and Ariados. We've got Pheromosa, Mienshao, and Meloetta because they're badass feminine fighting types, Greninja because she's a lot like a ninja, Gardevoir because part of her training was intense ballerina practice, and Ariados because it's a spider.
Doctor Strange's team would be Ultra Necrozma, Dialga, Palkia, Hoopa Unbound, Alakazam, and Audino. All of these Pokemon are on Doctor Strange's team due to his various magical powers, like warping to other universes, controlling time and space, teleporting, so on and so forth. Except Audino, that is because he's a doctor.
And finally, Deadpool. Deadpool has a Detective Pikachu and all the other Pokemon that Ryan Reynolds has, since he's super meta and knows about the actor who plays him.
But if you want to know that team, head on over to True Green 7's channel, where we go over Pokemon teams for several real-world celebrities. So go check it out if you haven't already. Thanks so much to True Green 7 for doing this video with me, so make sure you subscribe to him and me if you haven't already. And don't forget to drop a like on the video and let us know down in the comments below what you think some cool teams would be for some superheroes that we didn't cover in this video. Alright, that's all I have for now. So till next time, Poke fans, gotta catch them all!